Hola, hola, buenas, buenas. Hello. We are live. ¿Cómo les va? We'll get back to making more games today. Let me just spin this a little bit. There we go. So, we're back. We're back in making a fighting game for the Fighting Game Jam. Is it a fighting game in the most orthodox kind of way? No. This is a platform fighter where you just jump on top of other people. So let's see how it's looking now. The last time I streamed, game was nowhere near this. It looked a lot different. It looked a lot smaller actually. And what you see right now, it's like there's a CPU. There's a CPU fighting on its own right now. I'm gonna turn it off so it doesn't just move around on its own. Characters are bigger. Animation feels smoother because I also added a lot of squash and stretch for certain animations. So the jump has it, the landing has it, the charge we already knew you had like the squash and stretch stuff, right? And what you haven't seen, unless you've seen some of the GIFs I've been sharing around, is that we have a dramatic zoom on hit. I love that. That turned out pretty great, pretty great. So an observation that Pencil had, which is one of the artists, that he's doing the rough animations from Funky's designs, and he mentioned that the characters were like too small on screen, and the action felt a bit too spread out. So the way I fixed that is, I agree we need to show the characters a bit more because they're pretty fucking cool in their designs, and so a way to solve that is having like bigger characters on screen, and by doing that we show them off a bit more, and also I just kind of ramped up the stats like 150%, so they move around faster, right? So it's just scaled up the action of the game while also scaling up the characters. This game has so much charm even at this stage. It's gonna be tough to compete with this. Oh, thank you, thank you. We're not competing. We're all jamming. There's no winners here. The winners are the players that are gonna play our fighting games. So that's kind of like the way we see it. And yeah, I'm playing to my strength. I know I've said this on chat on the FGC in the Discord. I am playing to my strengths. I need to just like I enjoy the gymnastics of doing this kind of fighting games and stuff like that. And there's also like a lot of if any of you have followed any of the other games I've worked on, there's like tropes of the kind of games I like to do. Like the squash and stretch is like a trope within the kind of games I do by now. If you played Versus, you've seen this a million times. And the emphasis on juice and feedback, it's something that has been throughout my whole career. So yeah, I'm like leaning hard on write what you know in that sense. And the challenge I wanted to impose on myself for the jam was to have something as polished and as finished as possible within the time frame, which is like not what you usually do in jams. Jams, you just want to try cool stuff, or you want to like shoot for the moon, and whatever it is you land in the middle, it's cool. Uh, I don't know. This is like my approach, and it's fine. But again, I don't think we're competing. I mean, there's going to be a lot of games and stuff like that, and judges are going to evaluate. But I don't personally think we're like a big competition. We're like trying to make cool games and bring more indie fighting games to the masses, which is something that we should do. Like, and this is a great excuse to do so, and just hang out with other fighting game enthusiasts that want to make games. So this is super cool. How's your game coming along, Crimson? Is it doing any good? Do you have any gifs or pictures or stuff like that? I don't know if you've shared on Discord. I've seen a lot of stuff. I don't know if I'm seeing like other people's stuff or associate the game I'm seeing with the people that are doing it yet. I'm just using this time to learn. To learn. Oh, yes, that's cool. That's also something pretty cool to do on jams, like Funky's learning, and but yeah. So what you haven't seen behind the scenes, it's even though it sounds redundant, is everything I added since the last time I was streaming was you can see that and I mentioned that characters are bigger, the action is faster, and the idea is to just make more emphasis on quicker like confrontations, and adding more to, as you mentioned, kind of like the charm and the game feel, because that's kind of like, again, something that I really go hard on when I work in games. Is like, game feel must be solid, even if it boxes. It must be solid. And there's a lot of charm with the characters that Funky and Pencil have been working on. So everything you do in the code side to make a box look charming is gonna look even more adorable and charming and game feel juicy when actual visuals are implemented, right? Uh, all right, Crimson is haven't shared anything as of yet, but we're getting close to a point where we can confidently show off some cool things this weekend, probably. Yeah, understandable. A lot of behind the scenes system development to make character creation super fast. That's cool. What are you using? I thought you were using like the Godot fighting engine or something like that. Am I mixing things up, or Ikemen? But yeah, let me know. I want to know. I don't know if anybody else. We're using Godot. Cool. The Castagne. I'm gonna pronounce it however it comes out. Are you using that one? And is anybody else, or is any other group just base Godot with some plugins? Cool. Cool. Somebody else. Somebody from Uruguay, not just Pencil and me, are working on a fighting game of their own for the jam. It's called. He's Fricro. His We share the same name. He's also Rodrigo, and he's coding on in Godot, making his own fighting game. I believe he's a platform. He's doing a platform fighter too. He streamed yesterday, but he streamed in Spanish and mostly in like a Uruguayan friendly time. But still, there's more Uruguayans that you can believe. There's always more Uruguayans that you think of in places. But yeah, uh, and yeah, I mean, are there any other folks like working on something that is not a template or a framework or whatever you want to call it? Like thinking about not Mugen, not Ikemen, not Castagne. I mean, you are with Godot, right? And also the other Rodrigo is doing it. Is anybody else doing like weird shit like we're doing here? I know nobody else is probably using Construct because it's like very weird and very quirky, and it's kind of like my quirkiness in that sense. Is anybody doing Pico 8? Like the guys from Robo O? I don't know. And oh, you get plugins for rollback. That is super cool. Man. Yeah, I wish I could have more time to go deep into rollback, but it's going to take me a lot more because I don't think Construct is like very friendly with that. I've mentioned this um, in other streams, but for now, again, I'm just playing to my strengths and just having fun with that. But yeah, so I asked my artist to post one of our almost completed character designs in the art channel. Oh, that's cool. I've been mostly following the Fighting Game Jam channel because that Discord has a lot of channels and I get like super overwhelmed by a gazillion channels. So I just kind of like muted everything and just get that one on. And I know it's not the best, but it's also like too many things going on in Discord. They just kind of like overwhelm me. So I just try to keep it single lane, if you will. So yeah, what I was mentioning about the advancements that have been happening behind the curtain. To be honest, we got rid of the redundant channels in the server. It's a classic. It's a classic. I come from back from the PHP BB era, like the bulletin boards from in PHP, and boy oh boy, do we have even categories that are redundant, and you notice that as the community progresses and gels. It's very common to do this. Like, we're gonna have channels for everything. We're gonna do like super specific topics and shit like that. And then it's like everybody's talking in general. Yeah, that's community 101. It happens. It happens. It's normal. And also, they're like ebbs and flows to different topics and categories. So it makes sense that if there's a category or a channel that no longer works, it's like, hey, maybe the time has passed for this specific category or channel. Let's leave it to rest. Oh yeah. Why are there 10 million channels in that servers? I don't know. It's been around for a while. Yeah, I know. It's been a while for a while. This process of clean up the setup. That can be a project for after the jam. Yeah, but wait, Crimson, are you like a mod or admin in that Discord? Because I know how it is to be behind the curtain of like community management and stuff like that. But again, my experience has been mostly, and I'm a mod, yes, oh cool, and on PHP BB forums. The Discords I've admin are mostly like very small communities or have been the studio Discord that we use for actual work. Yeah, not a judge of the jam though. No, because you're participating in the jam, so that is cool. Yeah, so I was saying like we have AI as in not Gen AI, but the CPU AI. So check this out. I'm gonna toggle like dude's moving on its own, and it's very easy. I already got fragged by the CPU. I don't like that they're actually decent, but the way it works is super stupid because the game has like very little inputs and it's more of a positioning and thinking where you're gonna be on the next play. So a super simple CPU gets the job done, at least for the scope that we're thinking about. I'm gonna show it to you because it's important to show like how this works behind the scene. Because the same way that we're working when we started discussing how we could approach the art with Funky and then eventually with Pencil, the idea was let's start with like an MVP version of whatever we're gonna do, like the characters and whatnot, and then we can build on top of those foundations. And in case we run out of time, we still got some decent foundations. That's kind of like the approach in a lot of ways, and it has been my approach when it comes to game development in general. It's like I'm used to short development cycles, so I kind of like focus on the more bang for your buck when it comes to time and tasks. And in that sense, the CPU AI for a fighting game, or the fighting games that we are used to doing, they always begin with the most dumbest way possible, and then we build on top of that. And the dumbest way possible is this right here. I'm gonna do something because I don't know if you guys are being able to see. Yeah, I'm just zooming in so it's more readable. And yeah, so the way the CPU works, like basic as CPU reaction is, I set it up like this function right here, like player setup CPU, is whenever I spawn the character and there's a boolean up there that tells him if it's a CPU AI or not, I turn it on for the actor, which is the player object, the meeple that we mentioned before, the meeple that handles a character, right? With that, I start a timer. That timer, as you can see here, that's the name of the timer, CPU react, whatever. But there's a base time and a variance. Like the base time is 1 second, and the variance can be up to plus or minus 0.2 seconds. These are just numbers that I made up. I've been around to know that they're decent numbers for what I'm trying to do, but you can try with whatever. And you can change those values if you want to make it harder or dumber if you want. But the thing is, once that timer runs, you can see it here. When the timer ends and is the CPU on, I mean, it's still a CPU AI, you start running the timer again, but you also check if you're in this case, in this kind of game is, are you idle? If you're idle, choose a side to jump. And that's what it's doing. Like, hey, so you're standing still and your reaction time has passed. Hey, that's cool. Let's pick a side. Are you going to go left or right? And you press, you mimic the pressing. Remember when we decoupled like the buttons with the actions the buttons did? This is why I'm doing that. Because if I decouple that, it means I don't have to like do a whole set of actions based on a key press and also based on this. I just call the function of the action that the key press did. I have that abstraction in my mind. It's hard to convey by talking, but for all intents and purposes is I am mimicking a key press, the action of the key press with this input left press, And also I run a tween, but it's working kind of like a timer. I run a timer that what it does, it mimics the holding effect of that button, right? So it's saying like, hold left. These values are unnecessary, but it's just for the sake of having values, of tweening values. And how long will I be holding this? A random value between the minimum held time and the maximum held time. The held time are these two numbers, like 0.2 and 1. So what I'm trying to mimic is a press, a timer that's going to simulate the hold between 0.2 and 1 second, and then the same thing for the right? And while I'm holding, as in while the tween is running, I'm going to mimic the action of holding that input, right? So this is mimicking the key presses. And when the timer is finished, when this tween is finished, I'm going to mimic the release. And that's about it, right? This is a very simple AI that what it does is every 1 second or so, it's going to ask if the player is idle. The player as in the CPU player, right? If the CPU is idle, and if it's idle, it's going to pick a side. And when it picks a side, it's going to pick how long it's holding the side button to mimic a jump charge. And then it's going to release, and when it releases, it's going to jump. Simple as that. The timer of the reaction time is going to keep on running, and if it's idle, it's going to try to jump. If it's not idle, it's going to run the timer again, and whenever that timer runs again, it's going to do the same cycle. Basic as fuck. It's like, that's the way a lot of our games, when fighting games, have started their life in their CPU reactions. If I want to make it more interesting, we could add some other variants, some other details, or even like change a behavior specifically considering how healthy they are or whatever. But again, the idea is, the classic is make it first, it can be improved later. And that's how it is. We had no CPU, now we have a CPU. Can it be better? For sure. Is it decent enough for now? Hell it is. That's good. That's cool. So I can move on, and I also have like if people want to try the game on their own, they don't have to, control two characters at the same time. Which is something that also was happening to me because I was just testing with my own two hands and seeing how it works. And you cannot tell if the game is fun by playing on your own with an opponent that is also controlled by you. So that's it's a win-win from whatever you want to see. So it works. All right. Did anybody get that? But yeah, that's how the CPU is working right now. This also involves like it's telling how the whole mechanics of the game are quite simple, which is super valid to think like, hey, maybe if I could just mash buttons, I could get somewhere and actually win. Yes, that could be a thing. And you also have to be comfortable with certain design decisions and certain design hypotheses you're trying to test. And sometimes those decisions imply that the game can be mashed. As long as it's fun, it's cool. At least that's how I see this game in particular. And I'm seeing like some other games that we worked on, considering the audience. Are people that mash, are they having fun? Yes, no. And yeah, in a lot of the other fighters that we worked on, like Versus, Stick Fighter, Jump Joust Jam, Jump Joust in general, the AI started like this, inputting random inputs. In the case of them, it's sort of like random inputs, as in, are you moving or are you attacking or whatever. But also, eventually, like extra conditions were added, as in, we're not going to attack if we're really far away from the opponent, right? It makes no sense. Either we go near them or we go far, but we're not going to, or there's going to be less weight in the option of attacking. I mean, you can whiff if you want, and you can be a player that is whiffing, and you can simulate a player that is dumb enough to be whiffing all the time. But the idea is, if you're going to make it a more interesting opponent, maybe that opponent is not going to, punch in the air while being hella far, right? Anyway, that's where the game is at right now. I'm gonna check on the tasks because I'm probably thinking about. What I'm gonna do though is, I think you folks are not hearing it, but I am, and as much as I love the music that I know it has been working on, testing it all the time is gonna make me hate it, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna mute that on my end, and when I make it a new build and whatever, I can turn it on back. They've also been working on some other music for the menus, and it's banging. It has like this cool 90s house piano. I really like it. They're doing some cool stuff, and really want to start implementing that with more finished stuff, and it's like super cool. So this is where the game is. Any questions? Otherwise, I'm just gonna look at the tasks and see where I can move on. I'm just jumping around with making no sense at all, right? But yeah. Also, the squash and stretch happens on the special, like boop. I don't know if you saw it, but boop. There you go. The special is gonna change. Special is gonna change a little bit. We were talking about this funky original idea. This is a bug. She's gonna fall. There you go. This is a bug. It has been reported. I noticed it too, but I believe, what was it? It's one of the judges managed to play it and found it too. We were on the edge, and the characters are like, instead of jumping, drops. I know why it happens. It's a thing of scale that the squash and stretch is doing shenanigans on edge cases. I got it listed, so it's fine. Hip can also wall jump infinitely with his best. Yes, I got that reported too. It's the thing. What's happening is I'm gonna show you right here. So when I wall jump, you notice that I bounced from the wall. Wall jump right now. See, it's exactly what happened. You're not seeing because I'm on top of that. Sorry. Let me show it on the other wall. I'm gonna turn off the AI. I'm an idiot. I just turned on the AI when I was like just under hip. It's not just hip. It's also can be her. Yeah, AI can do it too. What is happening right now, which is something I must fix on my end, of course, is when you're wall jumping, your state changes back to either jump left or jump right, and having those states lets you do the special. So if you're coming from special and you have a wall jump, you reset your special as the logic is today, right? They just do not have that. There, I'm going to need like a secondary variable or something else to just make sure that once you do a special, you cannot do a second special mid-air, or not do a special when you're wall bouncing, and that's it. It's like, screw it. Or just don't, or doing the wall bounce is a... Anyway, it's a bug. It's reported. I know about it. I'm going to fix it eventually. But right now, all characters, by the logic that the game is doing right now, all characters should be able to do a second special if they wall bounce. I mean, you do a special, you wall bounce, you can do a second special. That's what's happening right now. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying it's what the logic is telling the game to do. All right, so I'm going to cut here. And I'm going to look at, okay, some of the tasks. Okay. What I could work on, dynamic camera and zooms, I'm going to leave it at doing, even though I already did, because there's a done dynamic camera. No, dynamic camera and zooms, then this is done. This is actually like the when on zoom on kill. This is actually a more like follow through camera. I'm probably not going to do this. I'm going to turn it back to backlog. I'm going to leave it there in case we want to revisit it. Oh wait, do I have access to the production? Yes, it's on it's Google Sheets. On the drive link. Do you need me to share the drive link on our Discord? It's fine. I'm just gonna copy paste it on our Discord. It's fine. So it's here. So it has been mostly updated for a lot of the stuff we talked about. Oh, I got it. Cool. And I kind of separated it between the areas of departments, as you might want to call it. But I've been following through. I've been producing. That's what I mean. But I mean, everything we've talked about is kind of like here. Some things are missing. Some things are like, and some things can be redundant. As in, maybe it's unnecessary to write that task down. But as long as as long as we know that it's there to do, it kind of works. What's cool is you can have like a progress bar. Like, check this out. Like, what's the progress of the project? Yay. The problem is if I add more tasks, then that specific area is gonna have like a less completion progress bar. But either way, it's like just like a quick view of where we are with the project. And also it doesn't weigh the sizes of the tasks. Some tasks might be like move a glass from left to right, and that's it. And it's super easy. It's 15 minutes. And another is like clean up a whole ass character, which is a couple of days, and it doesn't make any sense to be weighted in the same way. But either way, I'm back to code design. There we go. So this is actually done. Like, it was supposed to be in the falopa category, as in pipe dream, but sometimes you can pull off a pipe dream in 15 minutes, and it's kind of like what happened. It was like less than an hour I got that working. I expected it was going to take longer, but since it worked, I'm going to find the extra cases that are going to mess me up. Actually, it's not done. It's doing, because I'm going to need for the CPU to do their special. Right now, they're not doing it. And it's fine, because I just tried the jumping thing, and in its most basic form, special is going to be done, again, randomly. It's not going to be strategic. If time lets us do it, I'm probably going to make like smart decisions based on specials. Like, if you're a CPU that's running I, and you know you have to position yourself on top of an enemy to do the special, then I would probably trigger with a random chance of throwing that special. So, you get a kill, right? Problem for later. Anyway, so I think I've reached a time where I should start looking into menus. Pause for effect. Menus can take some time. And there's gonna be some flow stuff there. Fung, do you have like, have you put any thought in how you imagine the flow of the menu? I know you mentioned a lot of Puyo Puyo and poppin' music. I'm very much leaning towards like not just static title cards, but the menu parts are moving around and stuff like that. I try to make it like super juicy. I haven't done the menu stuff, to be honest. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm probably gonna make it static for now, and when we have time to just make the logic. I mean, like, not necessarily like make the whole visual aspect of it, but the way I see it is the one that's gonna be a headache, and it always is. It's give me a minute, because just jam. Character select screens are a pain. I'm gonna show you the one that we used on Jump Start. No, this is open image and tab. There we go. So the way I see it is, I know you showed it like in our internal Discord. You showed, I believe, a Puyo Puyo image of a character select screen. What happens is, on games that are very, like the ones that we do, like Bears and stuff like that. Let me see. This is gonna help. So games like this makes more sense based on what I'm going to talk about. It's image on tab. If this game depends a lot on moving sideways, a lot of, why is it so choppy. Anyway, it gets the point across. Again, if the game depends a lot on its back and forth input, it might be better to have the character select icons as a horizontal line, like we have right here, right? Like the little icons of each character. This one has also like second lanes because there's a lot more characters. But I think if we're gonna have like four to 6 characters, we're probably gonna be good with this. I don't like the idea of separating this. I'm more into like free flow in that sense. But that's a design issue, as in visual design or graphic design, and not necessarily a logic design. I will probably... Buenas! ¿Cómo va? ¿Estás mute? No, no estoy mute. I'm not muted. As far as I know, people are... Is anybody else like listening? Because I get the feedback, I get the gain meter that it's moving around, and apparently I'm doing good. Chequea Game Over, que creo que no estoy muteado. As I was saying, the idea is to have like the character select screen. I can hear you fine, yeah. Not muted. But yeah, I was saying it's like having the options be horizontal, and then go from there. The example you put on Puyo Puyo was vertical, and that makes sense if the game allows for more vertical movement in general. As in, you can have like the whole 4 directions movement. This is something that we found out by making more of these games. I know it's kind of nitpicky when I'm saying this, but it's kind of like UX experience. Sorry, it's me. It's cool. So if you see, this is the first one. No, this is the second one. Sure. Yes. So this is a screenshot from the first one, and this is a screenshot from the character select screen of the second one. I'm gonna open image tab. Okay. So why they're so choppy? This is the first one. The first Jump Joust we ever did was on 2017. It's gonna be 10 years. Jesus fuck. And this is how the character select screen was presented. And it was kind of based on Marvel 1 and stuff like that. I was following it. Did you work on Versus? Yes, I was. I did. And we released it on Pokey, and although it didn't come out as big as we wanted it to be, because we wanted to add more bears and stuff like that, publishers weren't into it to finance it. But we managed to get it on Pokey, and right now it's still doing good numbers on Pokey, and we're happy about that. So Jump Joust 1, this was the character select screen, and the game itself was also a 2-button fighter with an action button or an attack button, if you will. So it turned out to be kind of awkward to navigate mostly on a vertically on the character select screen. So for the second one, we went oh my god, they're so small. What the fuck? Sure, either way, let's see. You can see that it's 20 characters though. It's 20 characters. Good thing is we recycled the first 10, so it's actually like 10 new characters. But this one was on 2021-ish. 2020, 2021-ish. Pandemic numbers, you know how it goes. But this was more on the side. First of all, because there were a lot of characters, and second of all, we noticed that it made more sense for a game where positioning is based on just the horizontal axis, right? Lots of graphic design, UX design tangent here, but it's a learned experience. As in, the first hypothesis was on Jump Joust 1. We tried to mimic what we thought was functioning, which was a kind of Marvel 1 presentation of the character select screen. Turns out it felt awkward. This felt less awkward because it's more horizontal, and we moved that towards Versus, and also Jump Just Jam, right? And since Pump Punks is going to be another game with inputs on its side, we're probably going to go, again, graphic designly, or the distribution of things, the distribution of the different options. I would suggest to go harder on horizontal and not vertical. We're gonna have, again, the roster is gonna be rather small, so it's not gonna be like a whole line like we have right here. But sure, I'm not saying we should actually do this and just like put my foot down. This is just like experience-wise, I believe this makes more sense. We can of course talk it over, Funky and Pencil and the rest of the gang, when we go straight into it. Having said that, I need the other menus. I need like the main menu. I'm gonna need a settings menu. I'm gonna need a credits menu. I'm gonna need a character select. I'm gonna need a stage select. Stage select has a low priority because we don't know if we're gonna have more than one stage. That's for another time. But stage selects are probably gonna have another horizontal distribution too. The options, I mean, for exactly the same reason I've been talking about. Like, it makes more sense, and also you have more real states on the side in general because it's a what is it? Portrait? No, landscape orientation of the game, right? So that's it. So that's kind of like I present my case to the court. So we use a horizontal orientation for the character select screen. Oh, this is a fun I was looking into just in case to eventually do the logo and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, I gotta do menus, I think. Okay. I noticed that it's not the menus that I need. The character select stuff makes sense. Yeah, thanks. Should I go for menus? And it's something that I haven't written here, but probably what I should do is I'm gonna put it on stages though. It's not specifically on stages, but it is fight flow round start and reload, whatever. It's a must-have and it's a to-do. There we go. Yeah, if we want to add more characters, yeah, it scales better, and eventually we can just split them in different like rows as the newer games show, like Jump Just 2 and Jump Just Jam. But yeah, but I think I'm gonna tackle fight flow. What is fight flow, you may ask? Is like the whole round one fight. Oh, somebody won the fight, yay, whatever. Because right now it's like you have no like pre-fight, if you will. Like nothing is telling you like round one fight or get ready fight, whatever. And nothing is telling you, okay, you reached enough points to just win the match or whatever. I'm still gonna use the placeholder stuff that we have right here, because I know we haven't discussed this, Funky, with the team in general, but I don't know if we should go the smash route, as in we have stocks for each character and you kind of like lose lives and eventually get defeated, or you score points and you reach a set of points that are needed to consider that you won the match. I mean, the calculation is the same. It's the presentation that I'm having doubts. Like right now, it's not like I'm gonna have a huge doubt about this, but the logic is gonna be the same. It's like reach a center, either add or subtract numbers until the match is over. That's kind of like how it works. What we do need is a timer, as in fights cannot last forever, right? We should start with that. Okay, I'm gonna start with that, and I'm gonna call that group match flow. Match flow. Are you going to do draws? I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, how would draws work? It's gonna be sudden death, right? That's kind of like, at least that's how we solved draws on our other games. If you just run the timer and everybody has like both characters have the same health amount, and since the health in our games are pips, so you kind of like visually see specifically if you have like 4 HP or 5 HP, and not like a gradient number. The way we solve that is timer stops, screen kind of gets darker, and it goes into a sudden death mode, as in whoever gets the next hit wins. Which makes sense. In this case, it would rather be the same. It is a good observation. And I'm gonna write it down. It depends if we're only gonna have 2 characters on the screen, more than that. But Funky, I think you have another case for draw. But I think if you run the timer and nobody has, and both characters have the same stock or have the same score, should it just be a draw? Or you go to sudden death or something like golden goal, if you will. You had trade blows. Oh, that's a trade you're asking about? Like, can you trade blows for a... You cannot trade... As it works mechanically right now, I don't think that can happen. Of course it's going to happen eventually, and I'm going to eat my words, right? But... No, I think it will just move on to, again, a sudden death state. Here's the thing. I'm not going to do edge cases first. I'm going to do the basic flow first, and then I'm going to tackle this like draw scenarios and stuff like that. But I get what you folks are saying. Trades I don't think are feasible on the basic movement in that sense, because you're either on a higher y-axis or a lower y-axis from your opponent. And if you're getting, stepped on, you're getting bopped, somebody's on top, and that's it. But I'm thinking that we could run into trades when it comes to special moves or something like that. But again, problem for later. Oh, for my post, I was talking about if we're going to have stocks or scoreboards. Yeah. For my post, I was talking about we're going to have stocks or scoreboards. Oh, yeah. Depends if we're only going to have 2 characters. Yeah, exactly. I see what you mean. If there are more characters on screen, I like where you're going, because I've been thinking about having more characters on screen. But still, it's if we have more characters on screen, let's say it becomes a 4-player game eventually, like Smash. Like, you can either do versus, or you can like 1-on-1, or up to free for all 4 players. It's not within the jam scope, right? But it would scale. Either option scales well. It could be like Smash. You could have the option of playing stock or playing score, kind of like reach a certain number of frags, and then like in the other cases, be the last man standing with the stocks. But yeah. Yeah, I get that. Game over. I get that. I get the reference of what you're saying. The trade, like both characters hit each other in the same frame and whatnot. But how the game mechanically works, I'm sure I'm gonna end up eating my words, but how it is right now, there is no chance for a trade, because it's very both visually, mechanically, and physically obvious who is getting hit by who. Yeah, that makes sense, Funky. Let's go with stocks. But what's cool is like we can play around and have like different game types based around that. But if it's gonna be 1-on-1, it makes no difference, honestly, because it's either you reach a certain number or you subtract a certain number from the other player. So it's the same thing. Let's go with stocks for the jam. I'm good. Oh, the dramatic finish is gonna happen anyway. we're gonna do it anyway. It's like, you're right. Oh no, you're right. Makes more sense if it's stock. No, if it's a frag limit, you can do it too, right? Because like, who reaches 5 frags first, and if the other player has, if one player has 4 frags, you know what I'm saying. Either way, it's like up in the air. We're talking like speculating and stuff, but. Oh, you're in for a treat, folks. When the last hit happens, we're gonna add more drama, even more drama than the Zoom. So yeah, this brings me to why the match flow needs to be done now, and it's also how I like to work games in general. It's like from the center, from the core experience to the outer rims. So fix or try to solve the core experience first, and then start with the satellite stuff like the menus and stuff like that. Unless time is of the essence and time is biting you in the ass, so you should start working with the menus as soon as possible. This is not the case. We're like doing really good time when it comes to code, so it's not much of an issue. Match flow. Let's go. So match flow, we're gonna need match start. We're gonna need a function that's for the start, a function for the end, and I'm just gonna so what I'm thinking is I should remove the capacity of the player to control characters before the match begins, right? I'm gonna go a bit ADHD right now. I need a font. I need a placeholder font that is better than what I'm using right now, which is a fuck ass basic sans serif font. It's good, it's functional. I shouldn't be looking into this, but I need to have a better font right now. This is one I was looking for, but was mostly related to logo. I'm not sure I'm thinking other things too, Funky. Don't worry about this one specifically, but I saw your references too. There might be a bit too abstract to be readable, but they're interesting. Shrimp is good. This one's good. Can I get this? Or the other question is, do I have this? I think I have this. Anyway. And I'm bringing it back to main branch. Thank you for joining me in this tangent. I'm back into actually doing what I need to do. So I'm gonna need I need something that will let me control the player or not. And it's gonna be either oh shit, rating 35, what the hi, welcome, I guess. That's a lot of people. Damn, that's a lot of people. 35, thank you. Hola, hola. We can do Spanish, podemos hacer inglés, podemos hacerlo de los dos idiomas. It's no problem at all. Venimos con todo. Yeah, I see that. Hola, hola. I'm doing English. Estoy haciendo inglés porque la mayoría de los que estaban antes eran en inglés. If you need me to do Spanish, I can. I will flip-flop. It's fine. Whoa, I speak español. Argentino, uruguayo. Uruguayo. I don't know who the raider is. I'm so sorry. But thank you either way. Thank you so much. So, welcome one and all, I guess. Soy de Chile. Yo nací en Chile. Yo soy chileno. Soy hijo de uruguayos, pero nací en Chile. Viví en Santiago hasta los 15 y mi familia nos mudamos cuando tenía 15 años. Rufio is a 100 steps stream team member. She does coding and stuff. Thank you, Rufio. Thank you so much. Buena. So, hi, everyone. Let me show you what I'm working on in case you don't know. I'm working on a game for a fighting game jam that is happening throughout April. And in case you want popularity, buy. No, I don't want to buy viewers. Come on, and that's what I knew to speak before. So what I'm doing is I'm working on a fighting game, not a classic type of fighting game, for the fighting game April Jam, right? So the idea is I'm doing there you go. It's a platform fighter where the only moves you have are left and right, where you charge your jump, and the idea is to land on somebody else's head, right? So it's kind of, it started off as a pogo stick fighter, but then thanks to Funky Space Alien, who is here also on stream, on chat, I mean, the idea was to show off the characters a bit more, so the pogo thing was dropped. Thank you. And the art is Funky and Pencil Wing, which is another artist that is working on the team. And here's how you play, and here's where the game is at on the, 10th day of the jam right now, because it started on April. And it's like, boom, you jump, boom, you land, they die, you score a point. And what I was gonna do next was working on the game flow of the match. So you can have like this round one fight, and then when the matches reaches a certain number, or the players run out of lives or whatever, the match is considered over and things can start again, right? And let me check a bit of the chat right now, because there's new people, and which is okay. Thank you about the English. I've been studying English since I was very little. Thank you so much. Never heard of an uruguayo before. Very cool. Gracias. Los uruguayos tenemos un acento muy particular. Parece italiano a veces. Nos han confundido por los gestos de la mano. But yeah. We got spam bots. Yes, we got spam bots. Thank you so much. So this is how the game works. Right now, as it is you move around the platforms. Depending on how long you charge, you either jump, you make a short hop. You can do short hops, or you can do long jumps. And there's also like a very cheap CPU. Did I just reset? Yeah. And it's just doing random inputs every now and then and holding that input for a random interval. So it simulates a jump charge. Each character has a special move. Right now, the little panda girl, has shoots a heart the way down, and that heart damages enemies. Hip, I'm gonna turn off his CPU, and I'm moving it on my own now. The idea is you charge your jumps, and you can just have let me try something, because I want to be able to show it. You change your direction with a special, and it actually worked. I landed on I. So this is how the game is working right now. This is where it's at, and now that you're here, I'm going to show you that you can play it. Play this exact build on on itch, I mean. So I'm going to send the link on chat, so if anybody's interested, you can enjoy the game in its current form. And I was saying I was going to do, after a lot of chatting, is I was making a little game for a game like Jam, but then I screwed a muscle in my arm, so I couldn't finish. Oh, wow. But do you code? Do you do art? Is that like tendonitis? When from drawing, because that's a classic for artists, as far as I know. And yeah, what I was gonna work now is the match flow, which is, as I mentioned, is like the pre-fight messaging, like get ready to battle, fight, and then the match end, which is like, hey, everything stop, there's a winner, let's do something about that, and then move on into the next menu, the next fight, the next whatever, right? That was it. So this is gonna be like a cheap way of solving this, but it's gonna work either way. I'm gonna have a it's gonna be a boolean. It's gonna be like this, and I need to go to player right now, and this is not great what I'm gonna do right now, but it's gonna help me absorb all the problems that come with no, I can do a better thing. It's still a boolean. I don't think about it. The thing is, I'm trying to do is not let the player move, neither the CPU or the player move the characters while the round 1 start messaging appears, right? Make sure to screen cap this stream so you can steal Rod's code later. It's fine. There's no problem at all. As long as people are learning how to do stuff, I'm good. It reminds me of an early console games. Maybe you should embrace the retro round 1 fight. My best Tekken voice. No, the thing is, there's no rounds actually. It's like, it works more like Smash in that sense, Smash Brothers. So I'm probably gonna go like a generic message like get ready or pump it up, because the game is called Punks, and the pump it up sounds good, and then just go fight whatever. That can be changed later down the line. What I was saying is I'm gonna need to like encompass all of this input actions under the boolean of game start. I want to good for a cool vibe persona. I didn't get that, Funky. I want to good for a cool vibe personally. No, leave it at that. Just anyway. So I want to. A cool vibe persona. Yes, it's a cool vibe. The game has a cool ass vibe for sure. So what I have now, it's I'm gonna ask a umbrella question, which is, has the match started? If it has, then all of these bad boys are good. So all of this is legal. Actually, the polling doesn't depend on the match start, if I'm being honest. So it's here. All right, finally, fix the typo. Wait, I'm using a game engine. What I'm using is Construct, which is a game engine. It's a web game engine, and I've been using it for years now, and I've done quite a few fighting games, simplified fighting games, but fighting games nonetheless, using this engine. And so what I try to do is part of the challenge of working on this game jam is using my know-how in the simplified kind of fighting games, but not going for the more classic Street Fighter-y scenario of fighters. I'm going more into the platform fighter stuff and reverse mechanically what I used to do, just in case, like one of the more classic. It's like one of the most noticeable games I've worked on was Versus. I'm gonna shut the sound, and it's right on web right now, so it's like sure whatever, and it's 2-button fighting game, right? So you can like back is an attack, forward is an attack, crisscross one attack, crisscross another attack, and the longer you hold the button, the higher the bear jumps. It's full of bear puns. It's a great game. It's called Versus, haha. And like this one, a lot of more fighting games with this simplified kind of control scheme, and now I'm doing it the opposite. It's like in this kind of game, is the longer you hold, the higher you jump, while jumping, kind of like a Mario jump. And in the game I'm working right now, it's you will jump high after charging. You see, and it's a platform fighter. That's like, again, that's what I'm kind of exploring. And I also really liked Funky's style, visual style, because I was looking for a Jet Set Radio-ish kind of style. Like my description was like Sanrio and Splatoon, and again, Jet Set Radio mascot like stuff. And I saw Funky's work on the Discord for the event, and I was like, oh man, I gotta work with this dude. And yeah, apparently I convinced him, so he seems convinced for now. But yeah. All that said, hey, thank you. It's been 20 of you are here. At least more than 20 of you are here. Some of you started following, so thank you. And it's great. So I'm kind of nervous right now. It's been a while since I have like so many people look at me. But yeah. If this works, what I did right now, none of the characters should move, because the input is now, the actions of the input depend on having that boolean working. Thank you. and I'm pressing buttons and nothing's happening exactly as I said. My idea is, check this out. So, on start of layout. Layout is how Construct defines scenes, defines levels, whatever. It's a layout is a screen, for lack of a better word. And what I'm doing is, Construct does on one column, let me do it right, like on this column you have the events, the conditions, and on the other column you have the actions, like the repercussions of that condition. So in this case is when the layout starts, I want to do a match start action. Match start is a function where right now it's going to do like, I'm going to wait 3 seconds. It is a lot. And then I'm going to change the Boolean to match started true. This will allow me, like, we'll do 1, 2, 3. I should be able to move, right? Nobody's moving. 1, 2, 3. See? That's the CPU reacting. 3 seconds passed and I was able to play, right? Now I have to do something interesting with that, right? I could do, check this out. What I could do, because I already have a camera system, I can do something pretty cool, which is aux camera tween. How did I do that? I'm going to do zoom. Okay. I can do this. I'm going to do aux camera tween. I need the value. The end value is going to be 1, but it's going to start on 1.5, perhaps. I'm going to do a zoom like this with an eating of out quadratic. There we go. Does this game engine support coding? It seems very visual. It does. It's a web game engine, so it leans stupidly hard on JavaScript. So I can do like this: right click, add Java, like on code, like no issue at all. TypeScript too. I'm doing this on an action. I can do the same thing on conditions, right? You can go cold, like cold code if you want to. But I'm more used to the visual part, and I kind of get more results with this because it's been a while since I've been using this, like almost 10 years, I think. So I know all the nitty gritty and all the like the nuance bullshit that comes with every engine, and kind of like know where to push, for lack of a better word. So what is going to happen right now is this. If everything works, the match is going to start with a zoom, and then it's going to zoom out to where they're finding. Is full JavaScript or is it sandbox? I don't know, if I'm being honest. It is, I think it's sandboxed, because you're still using the construct runtime, and I believe that is like sandboxed to some extent. You cannot go like full Java insane. I mean, you can type it down, but it's not going to run. Okay, we have the zoom. It's kind of, that zoom was kind of weird though, but it was there. Okay, let's see that. Yeah, that kind of works. In and out quadratic, maybe? But it was kind of lame. Yes! If everything works, the dev mantra. I love that. I love that. And in fact, let me just give me a minute. It's this guy. Hey, as long as it works. It's this guy. What the fuck? No, it's this guy. I really love this guy. I've been using this guy a lot when it comes to game dev. It's like, hey, as long as it works. And big fan of that. So yeah, we have a sudo run one start thing. What I can do is, let's do a prefab. txt, it's text. So It's Arial. It's line weight. If I do, I want bold. There I go. Arial black. If everything fails, you have Arial black, and it's gonna be like ready. No, pump it up. And I'm gonna go like beep beep beep, vertical alignment, text direction, and it's gonna be on the center. This is a small ass text. I need it to be insanely big. Perhaps too insane. Yeah, too insane. Let's go with 100. Still insane. Is it though? 60. Okay. Pump it up. It's gonna be, the object is gonna be title. Fuck it. Let's go. If everything, yeah, lol, perfect. There you go. So the way I see it is, I will use a tween to animate this, but I'm just gonna move it, like move it, not scale it, because using actual fonts scaling on runtime on web, as far as I remember, it's like you're just asking for trouble, because it's like constantly rendering stuff, and just stick to just moving things in general, like moving as in from side to side, or maybe an opacity change or whatever, but let's go with that. Okay, so what is this? Behaviors, tween. There we go. So round one start is gonna be like this. I'm gonna create an object. It's gonna be txt title. It's gonna be on the layer HUD, and it's gonna be on viewport mid HUD. Because I don't know what this is. I know what it is, but I'm not gonna use it. It's just generic is better. There we go. It's gonna be like this. It's not after 3 seconds. It's like, I'm gonna wait to start match. This is a comment. I'm gonna make it garish in colors, so I know I'm not gonna mess up and put things after the 3 seconds. There we go. So I create the object, and that object, txt title, is gonna have an opacity of 0. So it's gonna start like alpha 0. Txt title, no, not this one. Txt title. Txt title is gonna be tween 2, no, 1 property, 1. So slide in. Let's go with that. Slide in. Y, end value, viewport mid Y HUD, and the timing is gonna be 3, no, 0.3, and it's gonna be out back. The idea is to go like boop and then stay on screen. Hola Didier, ¿cómo andas? And then I'm gonna go txt title, txt title, set tween again, 1 opacity, and value 100, just a little longer, or fade in. This is gonna be called fade in. No easing, just like that. Let's see. If everything works, we're gonna have a pump it up text appear on top, have a little animation, and not disappear. It's gonna be annoying for the rest of the match. Todo bien, Didier. Todo bien. Hey, see? Did it actually move? I don't think the camera movement works. I'm gonna go like this. Fuck it. Oh, I know. I spawned it, but I didn't spawn it on an offset, so I'm gonna spawn it like, fuck it, let's go hard, 300. That's what I wanted. Pump it up should be the fight, right? Like the fight message. Like pump it up is like you're fighting. The ready message should just be like ready or like anyway. Just I'm gonna change the messaging though. And I can do this txt title set text ready. And then after that, we go pump it up. I'm gonna change the THC title, font size. How big was it? It's like 60, right? Let's go with 70. Let's see if it works. It's gonna be bigger. Ready. Pump it up. Okay, worked. I'm gonna need some animation on that, but cool. Bigger. There we go. Pump it up. Oh man, it's so lame seeing like a basic ass font, but yeah, let's go with that. I don't want to go into that rabbit hole right now because I'm gonna be lost in there if I go right now. So pump it up, size 80, and I'm gonna need a little animation. And let's do this again. And let's make a fake offset. Set y, self y, minus, let's go minus 200. Let's see if it works. Okay, worked. Now I'm gonna have to fade this. Check this Asian technique. I'm gonna change opacity to 0. I'm gonna go fade out. No, and it's not gonna happen in 3 seconds. It's gonna be easing. I need it to be like this. It's gonna be easing Quintic, right? Or Expo. Easing in Expo. Where are you? In exponential. There we go. And destroying complete, so I don't have to worry about that. Let's see. Ready. Pop it up. And it faded out and it died. Woo! It worked. And it's looking good. It's working. That's the edge bug again. Man, that edge bug, I hate it. Come on, let me get a hit. No. Yes! Get fucked. Her special lets you like hover a little bit. I like it. It's like a good way to reposition if you don't want to land there. Oh, you can hit a little extra hop. That's cool. No, die. Oof. Oof, bad idea. Thought I had the timing right. Yes. Get absolutely destroyed. Yeah. So how long do matches? Like 5? Let's say 5, right? Oh, Funky, you're there? I have a bad idea. Like one of those ideas that involve more work. Should we have like a win pose for characters? Or we use like whatever it is we use as a hero image for them? Because I've been thinking like, let me stop this dude from jumping. There we go. So I was thinking like, hey, you won the match? And it's like, yay. This is like manual zoom, sorry. And zooms into the character. Let me like try to get near. Imagine that hip is not there, like the bunny's not there. It's like, you won the match, yay! And it zooms into the, and it changes into the pose. And the, like, cool stuff going on and result screen, and that's it. I was like, yeah. Have you noticed how crisp everything looks? Like, the one with the cleanup art, of course. Like, this is placeholder. But, surprise, surprise, this is like huge asset. And the game, once exported, weighs only 1.3 megs. I'm not kidding. That's stupid small. So who else is in chat? Who else has like questions or whatever? That's fine. Like that's the idea of the stream. You can ask me anything. It's like the whole deal of it. And you folks work as a rubber duck for me because I'm like ping-ponging and trying to convey whatever it is I'm trying to do on code while you folks are listening. Okay, so we have the match start. And I'm gonna need like how much stock do you have? Let's go 5. So what I need is, where am I using the score? I have a score value, right? Score P1 and score P2. It's not gonna be score, it's gonna be stock. There we go, stock. 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 Start. So the other one is redundant by definition. This is gonna be okay, but it means I can change it. So match stock start doesn't matter. Eventually, if I have different like game modes, it would make sense to have a secondary variable, but I'm not gonna go into that right now. The camera didn't work. We killed it. The plan of having like the camera move on start of the match didn't work. And did it though? Oh my god, why am I having so much second thoughts, man? If the timing is 3, would it be cooler? Sure. I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't blow my mind, honestly. And no. Match. Pre-match timer. You're gonna be a number, and depending on this is what we're gonna do, which is match, pre-match timer. The weight is gonna be pre-match timer, match. All right. Yeah, it doesn't feel good. Camera is not doing it for me, if I'm being honest. That slow zoom is not doing it for me. It's okay. Doesn't blow my mind, anyway. Check if end. This is a silly function, but I'm gonna use it anyway. And where do I? What is this? TXT HUD, right? Score placeholder. Okay. So TXT score place holder. Score update. Scoring. Yeah, makes sense. Scoring should have this closer to home. Player states, animation, collisions, audio, scoring. I'm gonna move these babies here. There we go. Give me this. Near to scoring. There we go. So it's gonna be stock, subtract actually. Subtract, there we go. Stock reset, stock update. Stock reset does stock start and stock start. There we go. Yeah, you're cool. You're cool. Cool. But you don't add, you subtract, my friend. So, oh, I have a good idea. So when you run out of stocks, the game should have a dramatic ending. Like not, we have ideas for that, but I'm also considering like timing in that sense. Where are the collisions up here? Here's what's gonna happen. This, but this needs a boolean of match started. No, this happens either way. This is what happens. This happens like this. So I will, I can ask play death animation. I have to hit stop, right? When's the hit stop? Where's the hit stop? There we go. Hit stop trigger. Okay. Where am I using this? On here. What I can do is boolean match started is not. Then I can do a timescale function, timescale 2.5. I want to make it dramatic, like super slow. Not that super slow, but slow. Either way. What needs to happen is if match started, if it's not, wait, no. Where am I doing the score? Score. Okay. I need to compare values. Stock player 1. If it's equal or less. Then stock 2, what we do is we do an OR. If either of these suckers are there, then the boolean of match started is dead. For the sake of argument, let's do a sudden death. All right. So like, ready, fight. Pump it up. Ah, no, no, no! I died. You should stop, my dude. Like, things shouldn't be happening like this. Wait. If either of you are 0. Oh, it's not true. It should be false. There we go. Let's see. So the idea is, if you get killed on your last stock, the death animation should run slower. Okay. Get killed. Yes! And I'm not being respawned. That's how the match ends. That's how match ends. This is cool. The way, no, I should run functions match end, and match end should handle the scale, the time scale. And I wait for like what if I don't? I'm gonna create the object, I'm gonna do the whole thing. Instead of ready, I'm just gonna go like game. I'm gonna wait for like 4 seconds and then what does reset do? Where are you? Debug. I reset the variables and restart the load. This should be a function. I'm just gonna go with this. Let's see. Yo, chat, you're awfully quiet. Come on, man. It's fine. That was a risky move. I was just under him. Oh, I should separate that from the corner. It's like you can get cornered pretty easily there. Boink, boink. Yes! Death game! And now what I do is, where's Cam? Right now, camera is always following the middle point between the two characters. I should try to snap it to uppercase. Oh, I need to know who won to write this. I was gonna write like I won, player 1 won, whatever. And but I don't need to go too specific right now if I'm being honest. I was already using that. Game, no, I need something else. I'm gonna go game set. It's the same thing. We got basic flow working. Funky, you see it there? Are you seeing this? We got it. We're doing it. Give me a minute. I want to check something. Just in case. It's good. We're good. There we go. All right. It's working. It's working. We have basic flow working. And that's the magic of, you know, fight flow was done, it's done. It's done. It needs to be improved on, of course. It needs to be like, just put it on doing, fuck it. And it needs to be more pleasing to the eye. But yeah, should start with. Oh, what happens if the stock is bigger? If you have more stocks? Because right now I did like a, what is it? A sudden death stock. Oof. Let's go with 3. 3 stock. Get fucked. Okay, normal death. Cool. No. Oof. That was close. Come on. Let me chase you. No. Get back here. That was close. Damn. Okay. Let me get you. Oh, you jump higher, so yeah, there you go. Come on. Yeah. Yes. Whoa, game set. It works. Works really nice, actually. Yeah. Boing, 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 boing. I'm gonna. Oof, that was a bad move. Let's see if the other player wins. I'm just pressing a debug button. That was not debug. So it spawns on top, so it can get killed faster. Game set. Fight flow works. Yay. Oh, let me get probably on the chair. And yo, fight works. I'm gonna make this bigger because we're gonna need like pumpier numbers. You cool like this? Probably. Align, viewport, center. There you go. Okay. Hey, so this is looking like an actual game now. This is so cool. I'm gonna try to do some magic right now, if I'm being honest. Foreground, gameplay, foreground. I'm gonna need the family characters to have the brightness, which is cool. Will the platforms have it? I don't know. The backdrop, though, has it. Gameplay doesn't. What is this? It's a cool platform. make a family out of this. Collider's moving, collider's platform, collider's solid. Fam. Stage colliders. And this bad boys are gonna have an effect. A brightness effect. And if I am capable of doing, I'm not gonna try to. Yes. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna try to make this work and keep it hidden from you folks until I get it fixed. I've got it done actually. So what I'm gonna do is for each, what is it? No, fam characters. And the fam characters have an effect. It's either enabled, of course. Oof, there we go. Brightness. Fam characters are gonna have like the effect, parameter, effect, brightness, parameter index is 0. No, it's not 100. I'm gonna go 200. This is cool. I'm gonna replace this with the stage colliders. I'm gonna keep them at this. I'm gonna go with a backdrop, sorry, lay effect. I don't. Layer. Oh no, I don't need this. I need this like this. Layer effect enabled on backdrop. Enable. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Brightness. Okay, I enabled backdrop and functions. No, that's not functions. Sorry. Systems layer effect parameter. So it's layer backdrop with the effect brightness. The parameter is the first one, which is the index 0, and the value is 100. No, the value is worse. It's 0. High contrast. Then we wait. Fuck it, we wait 3. And then let's go with time scale. It shouldn't be here, but we're gonna go with that. Drama fade, it's gonna be called. The value is 0 and 1, and the timer is 3, I guess. It's just linear. Fuck it. While is this bad boy running a tween, is playing drama fade. What I'm gonna do is set brightness to lerp between 0 is going to be 200 and the other one is going to be 100, and the index is going to be God. Oof. No, I'm good. The index is going to be what's currently in the tween, which is auxiliary scale manager tween value of drama fade. Okay. I'm going to copy this because this is going to be useful. You're going to be here. You're going to be here. And you are going to be like from 0 to 100 on drama fade. And I'm going to need... Who spelled this? Dramatic finish. So when will I need a dramatic finish? Okay, where am I calling this? Match end. Match end calls the dramatic finish, right? It should work like this. So it's gonna be like function dramatic finish. Oh, if this works, it's gonna be so cool. I don't know if you like see what I was just trying to pull off. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I like the idea that it might happen. There we go. 1. Okay. And I could just do this, right? There you go. So when I spawn, there I hit again. Why am I... Do I still have 2? Why? Why am I... Oh, it worked! Yes! I'm calculating things wrong, but it's working anyway. So it's gonna be stuck. And no, it's this and it's this. Let's go. Oh man. You clearly left this in the background, guys, because you should be reacting a bit more enthusiastically about this. It's too cool. Check this out, check this out, check this out. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, I see. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. Okay, it's not. There's something there. So it doesn't go here. It should go somewhere else. So it's before the hit stop. I should ask this before the hit stop. So this should go here. If it's a match end, I should do the dramatic finish. Let's see. Hit, boom, die. Normal death. Death, boom, death. Yes! It's too fucking cool, man. Oh man, that was so fucking cool. Dramatic finish. There we go. Give me dramatic. This is just too cool, man. Draw a fade. Let's go with 2. Let's go. Oh man, this is too cool. It should fade faster, right? Feels like it should fade faster. Shouldn't wait that much. 3 seconds are a bit too much. A second? How long does the hit stop? Stop. Redundancy. Notwithstanding. Okay. Boom. Fading takes a lot takes too long, I think. It should be like this. Now I'm just nitpicking, so death. But I can do it. I have the time to do it, which is cool. Boop, boop. There. Boom, death. This works really well. This works really well. This is so cool. All right. So I'm going to take a short break now. Be right back. Probably going to take a, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take a break. It's going to be like 5 minutes. I'll be back. So thank you for joining, and just chat away. You folks have been quite silent as of late. So yeah. Actually, I was, yes. Estaba muteado. I was muted. I'm not muted anymore. But yeah. All right. Now, back into this. So I'm gonna join me in this rabbit hole as I pick a font for the not final logo at all, but just to get something out there. I'm just mocking up menus. Oh, this is a cool font. Oh, I like this. I like this. It's kind of display, but can work as readable text. Luckiest Guy is another classic. This is not bad for a more Jet Set Radio Future style thing. Like, what is it? Jet Grind Cyberfunk? What was the name of that one? Sure. No, 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 no. Okay. What's the difference between these two? See, this I like. Looks more like scribbly. Like Sharpie, like using a Sharpie. Hello. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me see what I'm doing. Nah, not that readable though. I like the middle one. What was the middle one? This one. This one, this one, this one. I'm gonna change color so it's like the red one or the yellow one, whatever. This one on red, the one on red. It's good. It's a Lilita. Yeah, it's a Lilita one. That's a classic. The way it could work. Let's go with this. The red one has a Burger King vibes. I didn't think about that, but yeah, let's go with that. Pom Punks. And can I break this down? Can I do? No. Can I just vector? Create component, plugins, widgets. No, no. Send to Figma make. No. I'm gonna need a star though, but it was already having some stars. Here's a star. Here's a cool star. God, it's very Burger King now in red, but sure. What's spacing? I need spacing. Where is this? Line style, paragraph, no. Case, no. Declaration, no. Truncate text, no. Details. And pumpkin donuts, yes! Yeah, I think I'm gonna drop it just because it looks too much like some of those logos. I mean, they all kind of do. I've been sketching stuff, but it's not final. Like, I've been trying to do stuff, but I'm not convinced just yet. But I fall into a lot of commonplaces when I start doing these logos. Like, they end up being like too geometric, which can be a good thing, but I don't think it's a good thing for this one. And but yeah, enough of the rabbit hole. Let's get to actual business. So it's like, fuck it, we go like this. Pom Pongs, that's the logo, yay. And then we're gonna need like like versus CPU versus player. No, it has to be horizontal. Why? We discussed this earlier on stream. The game has only like focuses on two inputs, which is the horizontal lines. So it's best for UX if navigation is also tied to how you control things in the game. So I'm gonna keep things horizontal because of that, right? So it's gonna be like single player, whatever, versus. Okay, God, there we go. And this, and the settings and credits or whatever, and some fancy stuff over there, and that's it. And then on character select, let me do some quick copy here. Yeah, it's gonna be better if I do this. Are you copying? Yes, cool. So on character select screen, I'm gonna go like flip. So I want to know how other games do this, because the idea is to have like, like the icons, like the character icons. We're gonna have at best we're gonna have 6 characters. So I don't think we're gonna need to go like super deep into this. Like very floaty. It's gonna be kind of like this. It doesn't have to be like huge. It can be like this. It's supposed to be like a hero pose that's gonna happen here. It's not gonna be like this static pose. But I'm gonna need to do color select. And I've seen some of those, like, what is it, Robo O, not on Steam, this one. I need to see how they do this. It's a Pico 8 game. To see, like, I mean, it's vertical, I get it, but you change colors with other buttons, and I don't know how that is. Like, you have, let's watch this. So, yay! Show me the character select. No, I don't want to see these. I want to see something else. It's like, where can I try this? Foxy Boxy. There you go. Oh man, this game is so cool. So, where can I play? There was a chance for me to play the game, like not getting on Steam. There was like a web version of it. I'm not being able to find it right now, but screw it. So what I have in mind is like the idea would be great if you have a cursor. Let's do a silly cursor, like a quick one, for the sake of argument. So you're a player, go like left, right. It's Japanese flag, and okay. So it's like this is your cursor, and you go moving between the characters with the horizontal lines. But maybe with the vertical lines, you change the color. I don't know. I don't know. If I'm being honest, I don't know. The idea is to have like the palette swaps being shown there, like that. And then give me this. No, I don't want this. And then you get to pick the levels. If we're lucky, we have 3 levels at best, as in 3 battle arenas. We're not gonna go for that. So, like this. And then you actually fight. So, let's do this. And, bloop. just, can I copy? Am I copying this properly? Yeah. And then you fight. So this is the basic flow I have in mind right now. Don't know if it's gonna work, but might as well try. Oh god, no. Make it smaller. There we go. So this is your fight, right? So the flow is main menu, character select, level select. Level select, yeah, level select is fine because against CPU there's not going to be arcade mode. We don't have time for an arcade mode, I think. I don't think we're going to be able to make an arcade mode, but so we go like this, and what if we go the route of settings? It's like, sure, settings. Center your thing, my dude. Settings. Settings, and then you have like, so you have like mute and the, basically that, now that I think about it, it's like mute and maybe credits, or just like mute sound, mute mute the sound, mute the music. What else could I have? It's not gonna, we're not gonna have a difficulty slider, I think. Okay, let's say difficulties here. I'm gonna need credits, man. So we're gonna need 4 of these. Makes a lot more sense if it's vertical now I think about it, because of real estate mostly, so damn. I kind of hate it. I mean, it could be like a rolling thing, right? It doesn't have to. It's gonna be more complicated to code, but it's could be a rolling thing. It could be so cool if it's rolling though. But yeah, let's go like fuck it. No, no, no. So it's versus CPU versus settings and credits. That's it. It's like credits. And all of these have, I mean, technically there should be a quit. We'll see about that. This bad boy is gonna have a pause menu. Oh, not you. This bad boy. And you are gonna be like an overlay. Let's just go like this. And 50. Say it's pause. Where did that go? Oh, there you are. Woo. So you have the pause menu. That will include part of the settings, if I'm being honest. A lot of the settings. It's like the mute and unmute and all that. Settings is probably going to be an overlay on main then. Same credits, but let's just leave it at that. So this is an out route. And it's going to be like, do I get to draw with this? No. This is going to be like, this goes here. No. Can I have like a basic pen? Yeah, there you go. This one goes here, right? This goes here. Oof. So you have the character select, you have the level select, you have the actual battle. We're gonna use another color because it's not readable. We're gonna use a big ass red with 10 thickness. Like you have this goes here, this goes here. This is your battle. This is your pause. You can go backwards. You can get your settings. And you can go backwards. You can get your credits. And you can go backwards. Right? You can't go back unless you go from here. You can either go here, because it's a classic. Or to main. And this is basically the flow, right? Credits goes back to, okay, there we go. Yeah, so this is the flow? I think it works. So the idea is, I'm gonna just put the names of the screens. So it's gonna be like, boom, char select, arena select. Change the color here to fucking red. Match. It's either on pause or the normal flow would be a match end. So it's match end, which is an overlay. It's not that complicated. It's like match end. You can have a rematch, or you can go backwards to character select. You should be able to go to arena select. Nah, just leave it at that. It's like you can just boop, real quick and get back to the action. Okay. This flow works, at least on paper. So I'm gonna keep it at that. So it's been roughly 2 hours since I've been streaming. I've advanced a lot. Let's look at what we did. Oh, it's still running, Jesus. So right now the game is here. It's not that different from where we started. We just have we just have the battle flow, if you will, like the game flow. You have like the round one start. There you go. Ready, pump it up, and then you fight. And once the match is over, it resets. It's like boom, yeah. I don't know if I have any assets I could implement, but bouncy, yes, indeed. And I'm just gonna let myself get killed. There you go. There we go. And now for the last one, which is hyper dramatic. Otherwise, why would we do it? There we go. Game set. That's how a match ends. And then it loops back. Right now there are no menus. It's just I was just planning how to do the menus when I get the time to actually do the menus. Right now it's an endless fight. And you can actually turn off the CPU so you can play as a player. And go like beep. Dramatic. That was a good one. Okay. Well, yeah, that's about it. So there's a lot. Wall bounce resets, wave dashing, no, short hops and vertical moving plus cause weird shenanigans. Yeah, I just removed the the vertical one, so it feels easier. Anyway, I'm gonna leave the stream here for today. I'm probably gonna work a little bit more off screen, but it's been a lot. And thanks for the raid. and thanks for those that stick around after the raid. And yeah, this has been a lot of progress and super cool one. I'll see you on Monday, because weekends we do code on weekends. We do not crunch, baby. At least that's what I'm trying to convey. And it's looking good. It's looking really good. See if there's any art I can implement. Probably not gonna do it in stream right now though. But yeah, have a good one. Thank you for coming by and stopping by. Give me a minute. I'm getting messages. Yeah, and yeah, haven't been able to. I won't be. Yeah, I was reading our Discord, our production Discord, but no, I'm cutting the stream here. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.